Going live, I'm live. Let me just check to see if... Hello? 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 Yep. Oh, it's so hot here. Oh, oh, it's really hot. Okay. I would put on the fan, but it's quite noisy. I'm not sure how loud it would be on the recording. So I shan't. I shall suffer in silence. It says rain is due at 7 o'clock. Oh, interesting. That'll be refreshing. So, hello. Hello, my few viewers. So you can ask questions during the stream through my Skype address, which is rebekahmaroon. You can send questions now or during the question time, and I shall read them, or you can call in and you can speak them in your own voice, in your own expression. You're free to call in and speak. But first I shall speak about the subject, and then I'll open Skype for you to ask the call or message in. I've jokingly called this, well, actually I meant it, but then I thought about the liver as in the organ liver. So it's kind of a joke, really. But the title is Life Without a Liver. Not the organ liver, but the liver. Without someone living. I couldn't find a liver emoji either, so I had to use a meat, bit of steak. Bit of rump. So good evening. Welcome to the Thursday stream, which I really enjoy. Yeah, I really enjoy. Even though I only have like 2 and 3 viewers. Like, I really enjoy speaking about this. It's such a wonderful thing to speak about and express that. I just feel like it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Really wonderful. I've been doing I thought about it, but I've been doing these videos for like, Kamala's just turned 8, so I've been doing the videos about 7.5 years now, doing these YouTube videos, 7.5 years. And yeah, I still love it. I still love it. I'm still amazed by it. Amazed beyond words can express. I'm just amazed by this subject. It's so beautiful. Yeah. So words, speaking, language, sounds, noise, meaning, ideas, concepts, happening. So this message or communication or whatever you want to call it, teaching, pointing, describing, subject, topic, it's so amazing. It's so amazing. Oh. Oh, it's so beautiful. Like, yeah, so beautiful. It leaves me like speechless most of the time. Like you can't like, you can't speak about liberation. You can't speak about this. You can't. And so I describe awakening. I talk about awakening. I talk about the stories I talk about what seems to happen, attempting to point to what already is. And it's just so beautiful and impossible and amazing. Did I say beautiful? Yes. It's so beautiful. So what's being spoken about isn't something special. It isn't something, after all that, it isn't something special. It's something so freaking fucking ordinary. It's so ordinary and it's so available to all beings, to all living or even non-living beings. It's the nature of reality, the nature of this is that wholeness, is that this is made of nothing. It's empty. This full, seeming full appearance of life, with all its movement, all its appearance, all its forms, all its variety, all its fullness and intenseness, and all of it is this. It's all complete and whole. And whole, there's nothing missing or out of place. And that's simply it. Full stop. There's nothing more to speak about, describe, teach, or lecture upon, or advise upon. This is it. This is fullness. This is life happening. This is God. This is life. This is whatever you want to call it. This is all there is. The Omega and the Alpha. Is that right? The Alpha and the Omega. Yes, this is everything. Fullness, life, God, all. And that's just being pointed out. End of. End of. So when there's that identification with time, with future, with past, it can feel as if this isn't it. It can feel as if something is missing. It can feel as if you are something, and that what you are longing for or looking for is another part that you'll find and discover in the future. And that simply isn't true. That isn't who you are. That isn't the reality of things. That's an appearance appearing, claiming to be a separate someone, claiming to be a story in time, claiming to be me. And me is separate from everything else. Me is independent and autonomous. Me is special. And living as that seeming separate appearance, it can feel very unsatisfying. Life the way it is, it can feel very unfulfilling. Like you're always almost there. You're always on the tip of something amazing happening. You're always waiting for some big thing that will make you feel as if I've arrived and now complete and whole. But that will never happen. That will never happen to you as part of the story. In the story, you will get high and low, you get pleasure and you'll get pain, you'll get sick and old, and then you will die. So that's never gonna get to this final place. In a way, it does. You die, but then, like, you won't get to death. You won't get to this final arriving place that the mind's obsessed with arriving at. This is like a radical shift around. So that seeming one in time on a journey, that seeming character, that seeming story isn't the experiencer, isn't the reality. That's an appearance appearing. So whether it be high or low or sick or healthy or whatever it is, that's its experience, that's its viewpoint, its experience, its story. But that can't possibly be true. It can't possibly be true because it's appearing. Because it's appearing. And whatever's appearing can't be the truth. Because it appears and disappears. It appears and disappears. So what's being pointed out is that that can't be the truth of things. That can't be who you actually are. An appearance and a disappearance. That can't be who you are. That can't be. That changing form. So it's you could say a discovery of not being that. Of not being that. Of not being a person. Of not being a particular point in time. And yet there is an appearance of a point in time, an appearance of a seeming character, a seeming story, a seeming perspective. But that is just an appearance. It's just what is appearing. It's not an essential truth. So if that story stopped appearing, like it stopped being a certain way, you would still be here. There would still be this here. So you can't be that character, that changing character, because as it changes, as it moves and changes and grows and attains and loses, there's something that's always here, unchanged. But it's like this gets hypnotized by the movement, gets hypnotized by the stories of who you are, gets hypnotized by the thoughts of who you are, the emotions of who you are, as if they are true, as if they are a reality. So what's being spoken about here isn't offering, it isn't offering that character, that human experience, anything to like improve its life, improve its experience. Obviously you can improve the experience of a human. You can I don't know, you could earn more money, you could get a bigger house, you could do the various things. You can get therapy to help with any emotional difficulties, or you can become more educated. So you can do things to improve the human experience, but there's only so much you can improve. Like, you can get more pleasure from having those things: better education, better house, better money, or whatever it is, better environment to live in. These are lovely pleasures that aren't being denied or rejected. Totally, why not have a lovely experience of life? But that's not the point. It's radically not the point. The point is, who's living? Is there someone living? Is there a liver? Is the point. Is there someone living this? And the freedom isn't in getting more pleasures and avoiding pains. Initially, you may get drawn into spirituality with that hope. That's a natural attraction, of course. Who wouldn't want to have more pleasure and less pain? But that's going to be a limitation. That's going to require certain things to be in place all the time, and it's going to require certain conditions for that to be experienced all the time. And that in itself will generate suffering and pain, having to always keep things a certain way to be happy. So this is like a radical happiness, a radical happiness, which is beyond whether you have or don't have. That's what's so beautiful about this message. It's not for any particular human or any particular circumstance. It's for everything. It's for everything. Regardless of your economic situation, regardless of what country you live in, if you live in the third world or the first world, if you're a black person, or if you're a white person, if you're an Asian person, if you're physically attractive or not, if you're academically bright or not, it's really irrelevant. If you have character flaws, it's so irrelevant, all of that stuff. That's not truth. That's not who you are. The qualities of the human animal isn't who you are, which is so freeing. It's so freeing, because so much of human pain is around that, is around who it believes it is, what society says you are, what you need to have in society, all these things around being an individual and how to be happy as an individual. And those things are pleasure, but not freedom. They're not freedom. And so this is merely a pointing out of that, a pointing out of what freedom is, or what freedom isn't, or where freedom isn't. And it isn't in experience, it isn't in things, it isn't in acquiring or losing anything. Actually, it's what you already are, it's what this already is. Don't need to add or take anything away from life. Life is happening, and it's happening freely. There's no one living it, there's no one in charge of this appearance. Whatever's happening. So beautiful. And we're not taught this, that nothing is wrong. We're not taught that. We're taught the opposite. There's something wrong. There's something wrong, either with you or with the other or with the world or with society or with government or with food or with this or with that. There's problems going on. We're not taught there's nothing wrong. We're not taught that this is okay. This is a safe place to be. We're taught danger, danger, danger. Like it's really crazy. there's limitation. There's not enough. There's no abundance. There's limitation. There's scarce resources. Fight, fight, fight. We're taught the opposite. It's quite a. I mean, I'm laughing, but it's a sick thing, really. We have more than enough. We have more than enough for our needs. But it's never going to be enough when there's that lacking, that sense of being abandoned as a limited thing. There'll be a hole in the bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. There'll be a hole in the bucket. And so this constant wanting more and grabbing on and me, me, me. It's natural to have a sense of me, a sense of I want this as well, but not in a greedy way where it's so important and you'll kill for it. Like, it's so important. Your whole well-being, your whole security is in obtaining something, and others might take it from you. It's an awful experience to be in that, to live in that. Yeah. Okay, so oh no, my phone. I use Skype on my phone. So I'm online on Skype, so you can call to speak to me, which would be lovely to speak. Or you can message. Okay. Yeah, you can write a message as well. Okay, so thank you for joining, and yeah, I'm going to be doing a Zoom on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. So you can join that. There'll be a link on my website by Saturday maybe, so you can use that link to join. So thank you very much. How beautiful we are. I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.